This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everybody. I'm going to call the Public Works Committee meeting of October 1st, 2021 to order at 5 p.m. I'm Ken Poisson, 6th District Councilman and Chairman of the Public Works Committee. Second item on the agenda is approval of minutes from September. I'll take a motion to approve.
So moved by Bill O'Brien.
I'll second. Caitlin Shake.
Okay, is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. Item 3 is the report of the Public Works Director. Renee has emailed that out to us ahead of time. As always, thank you very much to help streamline the meetings. Does anybody have any questions for Renee as it pertains to her report or this committee in general?
Hi, Renee. This is Laura Dancho. I just have a question.
Hello.
Hi, on the redesign location for the Paradise Green clock.
We haven't made any headway with that, only because the mayor had mentioned hearing from Rosa DeLaura that there is some infrastructure money coming to towns.
Mm-hmm.
And since we had been talking about this potentially being a new redesign throughout Paradise Green, we wanted to see what those funds would look like and if it would be something that could be applicable to, put forth in front of council when funds do become available and see if they're interested in that project. But we also were talking with John Casey about the redesign and having it similar to where it's, the concrete sidewalk, which is the brick borders kind of look. That's what we were thinking. But that's the whole reason why we held off, because we just don't want to do something and then decide, oh, well, now there's all this money and we want to do it something completely different. So we want it to be cohesive. So we're trying to be smart about it. But yeah, that piqued her interest when she heard there was a lot of funds becoming available. And this could potentially be something that we could get funded through that program.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, Renee. Item 4 is the report of the town engineer, which John has also emailed out to us ahead of time, as always, to help streamline the meeting. John, we see there's no action items tonight, so if you could give us highlights of your report, please.
I'll just pick items that are kind of current. The Honey Spot Road and Stratford Ave traffic circle roundabout. We are still waiting for the UI company to generate an analysis of the lighting so we can incorporate their outdoor lighting program, pedestrian lights into the project, which will allow for safe crossings at the pedestrian crossings in the traffic circle. DOT has requested that be part of the design, and until we get the UI to give us a proposal on the lighting scheme, we can't finish the final or 90% design for DOT's review. So we are pushing UI. We met with them again recently. Renee and I talked about our lighting requirements, and the engineer is looking for anything the DOT is requiring for lighting, so that UI will have all the information needed to complete their work. So I hope by the end of the month we could say that they have completed it and we're ready to submit our 90% plans. For the Circle Drive Bridge, the contract's been signed and the contractor submitting his shop drawings for the work to be done. And we're just waiting for him to give us a schedule for work, if he intends to do it this fall or not. I think it's good that he probably didn't start the job in July and August, given the rain we had. But we do want him to start, if he wants to work this fall and finish before this construction season, to get started as soon as possible. The long lead item there is the metal culvert, which he hasn't ordered yet. So it might be that this gets pushed to spring. The Broad Street Bridge project, the DOT is saying that they're probably not going to fund that project. So we are looking to look for other monies that might become available, infrastructure money, coastal resiliency money, and applying for any grants we might be able to get to help fund that project, especially the part where we're raising up the road to keep the coastal flooding from overtopping the road. I can skip down to the underground tanks. All the tanks have been removed that we intended to take out at this point. And they are doing a final punch list. I know one item came up about the fence reinstallation at Wilcoxon School. They told us today that they will be scheduling that. We told them that on Wednesday they're having an event there, so we're waiting to see if they can get it done for Wednesday. And then the resiliency project for the Delhi Water Pollution Control. We do have their proposal. I was reviewing it today. I'll be meeting with the engineer later during the week. And I just wanted to find out, I would bring that directly to the Water Pollution Control for when we're ready to recommend award of contract, or should we come back to this committee and then go have the committee refer to Water Pollution Control?
Was that the ones we've already voted on, John?
You voted to select the consultant. Right now we're negotiating the contract. So it hasn't been awarded for the actual dollar amount yet.
I think that can go straight to the council because we've already approved that business, that, you know, who we picked. And I think it just to streamline it, it can go right to the council. There's no need for us to rubber stamp our own work.
Okay, so we'll plan on doing that at the next Water Pollution Control meeting. And that's the main items that we're working on. There's a couple other Circle Drive. We have right-of-way issue. I did want to point out that we're asking the engineer to give us a proposal to do the survey of the right-of-way and the right-of-way mapping that we would need to adjust the right-of-way to make the improvements for the bridge improvements is to be within the right-of-way. In other words, we have to take some property to have the project be within the right-of-way. I think we talked about that before, but you know, we're getting to the point now where we'll be submitting for permits. So it's time to also start the right-of-way phase. So that's about it in a quick nutshell.
Are there any questions for John as it pertains to his report or this committee in general?
I just have a quick question about the Old Spring Road culvert rehab, only because I've been walking around that area and some of the residents have been asking. And I see that you have on here the contractor's going to submit a work schedule. Do you have any idea when they're asking when it's going to happen and if that's going to help alleviate some of the flooding that's occurring from that river there?
So I do have the emails of the 4 abutters, and I told them I would get back to them with the schedule, but we haven't gotten the schedule yet. So it's really on the contractor now to, if he's going to have time to do it this fall, or if he decides, you know, he would rather do it in the spring. We're kind of giving him the option, but he hasn't told us which option yet, so I haven't communicated with the neighbors yet.
Okay, so I could just tell the neighbors then that it's still pending with the contractor, and they'll find out as soon as you decide something.
Yeah, as soon as they make a decision, then we'll let everyone know.
Okay.
To your second question, the project is not going to improve their flooding conditions. We're putting it's a rehab of the existing culvert. You're not
enlarging the culvert.
Enlarging it. We did look at enlarging it and found that because of the hydraulics of the stream and how flat it is all the way down to Worcester, making it bigger doesn't really help that much.
I was telling them, that they'd asked me if the stream could be dredged, and I told them most likely not, but it's probably people dumping yard debris in there, right? And general erosion.
Yeah, it's natural vegetation from, there's a large wetland upstream at Bunnell High School, that whole area is wetlands. So you get natural vegetation, but there certainly are people that, dump their yard waste in the stream as well.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, John.
Thank you.
Item 6 is new business. Aileen emailed out the meeting schedule for 2022 to all of us. It is the same exact thing we've been doing the last several years. The meetings will be the first Monday at 5 o'clock, except if there's a holiday, it'll go to that first Tuesday as noted on the calendar. I'll take a motion to approve the 2022 meeting schedule.
Laura Dancho, motion to approve the 2022 meeting schedule for the Public Works Committee.
Bill O'Brien, second.
Okay, is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The chair votes aye. Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, Aileen, for getting that out to us. If there is no further new business, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey, chair votes aye. We are adjourned at 5:11. As always, thank you, everybody, for your contributions.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.